Hi there. We're going to share a notebook, which is one way a course foundation can be reviewed without duplicating work. You can give other individuals access to your notebook. And you'll see at the very top right of your notebook, there is a button that says share. You can click on that button. That is going to open up a sharing dialog. You can add people and groups to give them access to your notebook. If you go to this element, you can make it so that anyone with the link will have access to view the notebook. And once you do that, what you can do is you can then click Save. We will then copy the link so that we might be able to put it in an incognito browser for other individuals to see. We are now going to access the notebook element, and the other individual will then have access to your notebook. And it may look like that they can convert something to a source, but they will not be able to. When they click on the ellipsis, all they'll get access to are the actual sources. They can use the chat for the sources as you have constructed them. They will also be able to see the sources here in this area. Even if they hover over to the ellipsis, they will not be able to use those ellipses in order to download the sources. They can deselect or select the sources in order to interact with the chat. However, they will not be able to create new audio or video overviews. We see a pattern where we used to treat promoting the course like the work, and we let the problem the course solves stay fuzzy. That fuzziness showed up as shifting descriptions, changing promises, and a different story on every platform. That was the old way, and it never held one steady truth across the whole business. What we have learned is that a product line only forms when each offer has one plainly stated problem it solves, with clear boundaries on who it is for and what done looks like, and that same statement stays consistent everywhere we speak. What we know now is that this condition is either met or it is not, and the year-end goal of building out a real line of products depends on it being met. Why this matters now is simple. The condition stays at risk when we keep treating social media like a place to perform instead of a place to repeat one stable claim. Knowing who we're talking to either holds that condition steady or breaks it fast. A real boundary shows up when we can name who the course is for in plain language and who it is not for, without changing it depending on the platform. The failure pattern shows up when for everybody sneaks in, because then the problem the course solves starts sliding around to fit whoever might be listening. A stable product line cannot sit on moving sand like that. The condition only holds when the same audience boundary stays attached to the same problem statement every time we speak about that course. The year-end business goal gets shaky when our audience definition changes week to week, because then done changes too. Platform choice either supports consistency or exposes inconsistency. A crowded marketplace does not break us, but indecision does, because indecision makes us rewrite the same offer over and over. The condition fails when we treat each platform like it needs a different version of what the course is, because then the problem statement becomes a costume. The condition holds when we can say the same problem, the same audience boundary, and the same done definition on any platform without editing for approval. Competition only matters when our own message keeps mutating. A product line built from proven problem-solving skills needs repeatable statements, not constant reinvention. Facebook pages make this condition visible because they sit there like a storefront. A page either carries one steady description of what problem the course solves and what done looks like, or it turns into a pile of mixed signals. The failure pattern shows up when the page description says one thing, a post says another thing, and an ad says something else entirely. That kind of drift tells the truth about us, even when we do not want to see it. The condition holds when the course page keeps one consistent promise with clear boundaries, and every post supports that same promise without widening it. The year-end goal of building a product line depends on each offer being able to stand alone like that. Facebook ads also test this condition because ads force choices. A clear boundary shows up when an ad can state one specific problem solved for one specific group, without adding extra benefits to catch more people. The condition fails when an ad starts stacking promises that belong to different courses we have not built yet. That stacking looks like ambition, but it reads as confusion inside our own house. The condition holds when an ad repeats the same problem statement already anchored on the course page, with the same done definition and no new claims added. A product line grows from clean separations between offers, not blended messages. Twitter exposes whether our message can survive repetition without changing shape. A dedicated account either repeats one stable problem statement over time or slowly drifts into commentary that has nothing to do with what we sell. The failure pattern shows up when polls and replies start steering us into new topics, and then our course starts sounding like something else entirely. The condition holds when updates, hashtags, and conversations still point back to the same plainly stated problem solved, with the same audience boundary and done definition intact. Consistency does not mean silence, it means our words stay inside our own lines. That steadiness is what lets one course sit next to another later without overlap. Hashtags also reveal whether we respect boundaries or chase attention in disguise. A boundary shows up when our tags match the exact problem space of the course instead of broad categories that pull us off center. The condition fails when our tags widen beyond what the course actually delivers, because then done becomes impossible to define without lying. The condition holds when even our tags stay aligned with the same problem statement and audience boundary we already named. That alignment matters because a product line requires clean labels, not mixed shelves. Proven problem-solving skills show up as precision here, not volume. YouTube tests this condition in a different way because video forces us to talk longer than a caption. A channel either reinforces one consistent statement about what problem the course solves or exposes every contradiction we have been hiding in short posts. The failure pattern shows up when one video frames the course as beginner help, another frames it as advanced strategy, and neither one states what done looks like in concrete terms. The condition holds when every video stays loyal to the same audience boundary and repeats the same finish line for that specific course. Length does not create clarity by itself, only consistency does. A year-end product line cannot be built on videos that redefine the offer every time. Live Q&A sessions also put pressure on whether our boundaries are real or performative. A clear boundary shows up when questions outside the course scope get recognized as outside scope without us bending the course promise to accommodate them. The condition fails when live questions cause us to expand what done looks like in real time, because then our original problem statement was never stable to begin with. The condition holds when even under pressure, we keep naming the same problem solved for the same people with the same finish line, no additions and no edits for comfort. That steadiness is how one offer stays distinct enough for another offer to exist beside it later. Building out a full product line by year-end depends on that kind of discipline staying intact across every platform we touch. When one offer has one problem, one audience, and one finish line, the words stop changing depending on where they land. A shared notebook link can hold that single statement in one place, with the sources attached, so it stays visible without anybody rewriting it. In cases where a course page, an ad draft, and a YouTube description all get checked against that same notebook, the language that goes live matches across platforms. That is one clean offer that can sit in a real product line. This is how we hold the line. There you have it, and I will see you in another video.